You're into the restorations as well. When I think of people restoring things, especially for their home gym, is there a strategy or like a way they go about it where it would almost like ruin the value of something? Like it's steel, right? But if it's a plate and like you start painting and doing things like that, can you just like,
Well, I'll be releasing some videos soon about how to completely strip a plate to bare iron and then repaint it. But the reason why for a long time, well, not a long time, I've only been doing this for about 6 months in terms of Instagram and YouTube. But the reason why these first 6 months, most of my videos have to do with revealing the original paint is that that's what I usually advise people that are wanting to resell or that think they will resell it someday is that, not to repaint them. And this is why. Here's the thought process. If you strip it down to bare iron, you're never going to get the original paint back. It's gone. Whereas if you use oxalic acid and you take the rust off and you retain the original paint, whoever buys that still has the option of repainting it. So effectively, you still keep that plate's value with a wider audience of people. If you strip it down to bare iron, you've eliminated some people that are hardcore, like, I only want original paint. And there are those collectors out there that don't want repainted plates and want original paint.
Yeah, that makes sense. So your method would always be to just strip it down to the original. Do you end up painting then on top of that?
No.
With your typical restoration? No?
No.
So you want to take it to like it's...
Original paint, yeah. If it's still there. Sometimes it's not there, or sometimes it's just so... like these Yorks I just bought, these 25s, I counted like 4 layers of paint on there. So I don't know if I'll be able to, take it down to the original paint or not. We'll see. But, I just tell people, look, if this is like a hobby like it is for me and it's a weekend project you're going to do, just try out oxalic acid. And that's the other reason I suggest it first is that if something goes wrong, you can always use citric acid and strip it completely down to bare iron. But more times than not, and I think that's why some people have enjoyed seeing the process or seeing, the results is that it is kind of fun to see that, oh my gosh, all this rust came off and this is the way you would buy it from the store, original paint. I've had a lot of people, message me and say, no, that's patina. That's not original paint. There are a lot of people that don't believe it. And I have to show them some of the color painted schemes. Like Healthways, a lot of times were originally painted blue. And there'll be a completely orange rusty plate that then is blue after you take the rust off. And that's how I prove it to people that, like, yes, this is actual. Or Billard. Billard had a whole line of gold painted plates. And same thing, I'll use Billard to prove it to them. Like, yes, this is the actual original paint.
Well, that's cool. Like, it's funny, like when I'm in your Instagram and I'm looking at your pictures, like you can almost like smell the pictures. Does your home gym have that like old steel, like 90s gym smell?
I don't know. 3-in-1 oil I use quite a lot. 3-in-1 or Frog Lube, either one of those. Frog Lube has like a minty smell. It's non-toxic. 3-in-1 can be toxic, it says, if you touch it too often. So I'm always wearing like protective gloves since I do touch it often. So yeah, that would be the most prevalent smell. And it is. As soon as I come into the gym, I don't know. It's just the way my home gym smells. It's a good smell.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But, yeah, that's why I like citric acid better than vinegar. A lot of people go to vinegar. That's like the number one, look how I cleaned up these weights. I soaked it in vinegar type of video. And I'm not hating on those videos. Yeah. They're great. And I used to use vinegar too. You guys might even have those types of videos. I don't know. You ever soak any in vinegar?
No, not me.
Well, citric acid, in addition to, I think, doing a better job stripping it to bare iron in a quicker manner, I just think it doesn't smell as bad as vinegar. And when I was using vinegar, oh my gosh, like my garage, my home gym, everything smelled like vinegar.
Yeah.
Excuse my ignorance, but can you just buy that at the hardware store?
Citric acid and oxalic acid. I get mine from Amazon.
Amazon, okay.
Yeah, you want like food grade citric acid, so there's no like, added substances in there. And then I'm not affiliated with them, but I'll still drop the name. Florida Labs is the oxalic acid that I buy from. They have it in a resealable pouch. It's, I think, pretty moderately priced. Both of them are pretty cheap. So Florida Labs, if you're out there, cost me a little affiliate action.